Knicks Pros TV.
And I'll be sitting in that big house. Just let me sharpen my knives, throw on the apron. X's mark the steak and the salad crumbled with bacon and blue cheese. Caramel complexions on two knees, on two skis, carving up the ounces with this dude needs. I'm Rick the model, Martell the cartel. Live fast and eat the big tuna like Billy Parcells. No more child's play, kid, you with the big boys. Fuck it, in economy size, we want that big Royce. My family saying that I rhyme with fury. Only focus on them 100 bill faces and suitcases that'll rob a jury. Grind the curry, never shine the jury.
Jets fans, how you doing? Welcome back to another session of Knicks Bros TV here on Jets Talk. Today's video is basically going to be dedicated to something that I should be dedicating it to, meaning we don't have a franchise quarterback, and I'm going to go through a list of quarterbacks that we've been through. Here's the thing. We don't have it as bad as, let's just say, in the Oakland Raiders or the Buffalo Bills or what the quarterback stretch the Miami Dolphins have went through since the loss of Dan Marino. I don't think it's that bad, but as a fan, I feel like it's still something key to talk about. So, I don't know how to begin this. Meaning, let's kind of start from 2000 and kind of move up, till 2014 here. You guys remember a guy named Vinny Testaverde? Funny story about Vinny is when I was in school at the time, I didn't know how to play football. I played the soccer. So mostly I was the punter on the team in case somebody needed a punt. So I would always go to the sideline and say, "Hey guys, did you guys just see my last punt?" Yeah, no one cares if you punted the ball or how you punted the ball. You kidding me? Forget about it. So Vinny Testaverde's QB rating was 75.0 for his career. He threw 275 TDs and 267 interceptions. That kind of tells you a little about Vinny. Not very consistent, but obviously his completion rating was much better than some of the quarterbacks that the Jets went through, but he didn't secure the ball very well. The next guy we jump to is Chad Pennington. As much as connected Chad Pennington is right now with the team, I don't really like Chad Pennington, to be honest with you. He did take us to the playoffs a couple of times. I believe 2002 was one, 2004, and I'm not sure if it was 2006. But again, I was not a favorite with Chad Pennington. I don't know if I'm still bitter about him going to the Dolphins after he left the Jets, but and then we had the Brett Favre thing, and I think us getting Brett Favre kind of started the whole, like, the Jets going out there and making these dumb selections. Not to say Brett Favre played bad for us, but, after that we went and got Tim Tebow and, all these, silly front office decisions. Then it moves me to someone that I thought, was going to be the guy. Say if I'm wrong, I'm a USC fan, but, I thought Mark Sanchez had almost everything to be that guy. Ever since the big man, Joe Namath, did it for us. So here we go. A couple of stats for you. Mark Sanchez kind of started his 2009 career with a rating of, I believe, a completion rating of 53.8 and a quarterback rating of 63.0. He threw 12 TDs, 20 interceptions. Then he progressed into what I call the two best years of New York Jets football since I've been able to watch them, where we went to two AFC championships back-to-back. 2010, his QB rating was 75.3. 17 TDs and 13 interceptions. Then he went on next year to 26 TDs and 18 interceptions and 78.2 quarterback rating. That year when we lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, that was the year we beat the Patriots in the playoffs. Probably one of the best games I ever watched just because we beat the Patriots, and I hate the Patriots with a passion. But, it kind of goes to here's the one question that I have for Jets fans is, this is a prime example of us not letting a quarterback develop. Let's get beyond the butt fumbles and that terrible year we had in 2012. Did really Mark Sanchez give us a bad season? I mean, there's been quarterbacks that have done much worse, and it just felt like he just became this image of taunt all around the league just because of one play. This guy I thought had the potential. Sure, he doesn't have the mental toughness as some, like I consider Geno Smith to be more mentally tough, but that's where I think Rex Ryan dropped the ball with Mark Sanchez. That whole let's bring Tebow in, let's create a competition did not work. It made things worse, and that's why we had that type of result we did last year, where his career just went downhill. 13 TDs, 18 interceptions, back to quarterback rating of 66.9. The reason why I'm bringing all these stats up, and first let's go through Geno Smith. Let's see. All right, so Geno Smith started out with a quarterback rating of 66.5. 12 TDs, 21 interceptions. We all remember that. I believe we went 8-8 last year. And then now we're sitting at a quarterback rating of 75.1, completion rating of 60.3, 4 TDs, and 5 interceptions. And keep in mind as far as the rating is concerned. The reason why I'm bringing all these things up is I've noticed that, our quarterbacks, the ones that we draft, start decent. They're not terrible in a way you want to remove them right off the bat. One thing I do want to mention is kind of not really browsing around the league or anything, just kind of going right across the street to the Giants, where Eli Manning started his career with a 55.4 rating, 6 TDs and 9 interceptions, in which Mark Sanchez and Geno Smith both had a better rating. And the further and further they're within this organization, they tend to decrease as far as stat is concerned. And it seems like we just don't develop our quarterbacks. Now, I've just come to the conclusion that Rex Ryan does not benefit our offense whatsoever. And the reason why I say that, and I'm looking at some defensive stats, is defensively, we've been within top 3, top 5 defenses in rushing for the past 2 to 3 years. Or passing defense has been mediocre, always within 10 through 22. And we hadn't had a good passing defense since Revis Island. And you know what? That deal at first, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, I didn't want to sign Revis. I thought he was asking for too much, and I thought he wasn't going to be that good. And I thought Cromartie was going to pull it together for us. Obviously, Cromartie didn't. I'm not saying Cromartie was bad, but he's got 13 kids to look after, so I guess he does get a little distracted. But as far as Revis is concerned, I think, him going out to Tampa was just him being bitter about the situation. Him going to New England was about him being bitter about the situation and wanting to prove the Jets wrong. Obviously, we're going to play him this year. But I think it would have been best for the team and him if, he would have kind of reasoned with us and we would have signed him. Because obviously our passing defense is garbage. And Milner will be coming back this week, which is a positive note. And Eric Decker didn't. He went out of practice because his hamstring was tight. And here's the thing: is my brother and I talked about this. Is we played soccer all of our life, all right, and hamstring wasn't that big of an issue. Now I don't know if football, just because the way how much you weigh and the physical obstacles that you go through in football, but hamstring shouldn't be this big of a deal. But again, I can be wrong. I'm not a doctor here. So, but I remember I pulled hamstrings, and 2 days later, and here I go, goal, 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 Messi, goal. So yeah, that's kind of a couple of points I wanted to make, and what it really comes down to is we just need to stop going after a quarterback, just letting them develop. And I think, if Rex Ryan doesn't pull it together this year, is, we just need to go after a head coach that's willing to spend as much as time with the quarterbacks and really develop them. And that's not only one thing. And a lot of people want to discredit Mark Sanchez, saying, well, he had a much better team surrounding him. And you know what? I'm not going to deny that. We had a Holmes at the time that was willing to play. We had what's the guy's name? Wide receiver. Berlin Edwards was the other guy. We had Keller as tight end, although he wasn't that good. And LaDainian Tomlinson, I thought that year was phenomenal. So yes, we're missing certain pieces in the wide receiver end for Geno Smith to progress, but I just kind of wanted to bring light to the situation that and this is the reason why I'm sticking with Geno so much, is the fact that he does he does have potential, and I think we should give him that room and for him to grow. So again, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you think. I can't wait for all the butt fumble comments, everybody to leave me, because I know that's going to happen. I just can't believe it. I literally skipped 2 weeks of school because I don't want to go back to school. No, I really didn't skip 2 weeks of school, but I wish I would have, because I'm scarred for life now. Hey, Devine, hey, you like the Jets? Ha ha ha, butt fumble, ha ha ha. All right, ESPN plays it about 25 times a day, because they love that. Patriot fans they are, so. Again, guys, thank you for watching. One thing I do want to mention, there's a guy named Young J00. He's a huge Jets fan. Please check him out. He gave me a really awesome shout out on his video. And, I think it's about time for us to create a Jets community and just kind of discuss what our perspectives are, because obviously we were getting cursed out by players like Geno Smith. But again, I'm going to stop talking about it just because he came out and apologized for it. And, he's a stand-up guy for doing so. So, again, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Please tell me what you think. Out of the quarterbacks we mentioned, let me know who was your favorite and what moments, are you cherishing as a Jets fan. So again, thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos and have a good day.
How did that just feel? Feel great. Poetic justice. We know we were a much better team than we came up and represented ourselves. And we were thought. We was ready to come back and show us what type of defense, what type of team this was, what kind of character we had. We take a lot of slack. People gave us a chance, like we proud made it play.